I'm here. Let's see who's gonna be here. Donkey, donkey, do. Oakley, dokley, do. Interesting. Do. Man, I ought to put some. Do. Is today Wednesday or Thursday? Today Wednesday, Thursday, right? Unless everybody's at Black Adam. Wow. Theo, my man, what's good? You're first this time. Well, technically, you're second after my comment, but you're the first guest. Boom. Okay. Yeah, man. Ain't nothing going on. Just getting, I don't know. The price of being everyone, Mr. Smith. Greetings and salutations, OG, in the building. Like I was saying, Theo, the price you have to pay for everybody paying attention to you. Guess I better get used to it, huh? Boy, these folks is out here, man. I got to keep them on a short leash, man, because it's people don't understand. I mean, I'm not trying to equate myself to a celebrity or anything like that, but people paying a bunch of attention to you and having opinions or telling you what they think you should be doing. It's and me and Theo, we done talked about this, bro. It's stressful, man. It's stressful. And a lot of times, man, you know what I'm saying? You can't take care of nobody else if you don't take care of yourself. So all that unnecessary energy, all of that, you know what I'm saying? Where I feel like I got to deal with every single affront or offense to the Recast T'Challa movement. I'm gonna be a tired soldier, man. I guess the way I assuage it is I got to think of myself more as a tactical nuke than an assault rifle, if that makes sense. As long as I am doing what y'all say I should be doing, or the things that I do, Mr. Smith, are worthy of y'all time and attention, that's what I keep doing. But I mean, just speaking to the OGs in the room right now, respect, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm always try to do it the right way. Let's put it like that. I'm always trying to do it the right way. I ain't out here. I mean, and it's a tricky thing. I ain't out here for subs, But if I get subs, I'll take them. You know what I mean? It's not a, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, long as I'm a superstar up in this house, I don't care about being, super popular to nobody else. You know what I mean? So, I do enough with improv, man. I do enough on the radio. I do enough in the community. So the need to be a YouTube star is more, and I keep telling everybody, more truth seeking than anything else. It ain't about trying to be the most popular cat on the block, or had the highest subs or nothing like that. If it is, saying, because you look at I'm growing it organically, man. I'm not trying to do it no scrupulous way, and I'm not trying to rush and hurry up and get to where anybody's at. I mean, if it's meant to be, I get there. If it ain't, there's still the radio. There's still the stage. There's still the community. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm making an impact wherever I'm at. Period. So yeah, y'all, it's about 6 of y'all up in here. But only 2 of you have said what up. So I'm gonna assume there is. Ah, yeah, I peeped that video out, Theo. And when I saw the trailer, yeah, your video tropes, yes. And I thought tropes before I saw your video. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm thinking, dude in jail, dude getting out of jail, dude being a problem out of jail, black man with black man tropes. And I mean, he's got a family now. So that's cool. What about the rest? Because, and this is what I say, no disrespect to that man, but what I see is he got a formula that goes A, B, C, D. And the first movie, it might be A, B, C, D. The next movie, it might be B, C, A, D. The next movie, it might be D, C, A, B. But A, B, C, D are always in every single one of his movies. Fight me on it. Who we got out here? And we got Ray Smith, we got Theo B, we got Ashura, Jeffrey Lane. He says you're gonna be nice today. Being nice is more for you than anyone else, because that's your energy and you got to handle your flow, bro. But like I said, get at me in messages, and there's some stuff we can chop up one-on-one. I holler at you. Yeah, made it. D Diesel made it. D Diesel in the building. Hey, Grand Madam. How you doing, Queen? Glad you could make it. Kamoyo Kid. What's up, Kamoyo Kid? Between you, Ashura, and Jeffrey Lane, I am not at a loss for excitement. Thank y'all for rocking with a brother. Okay, let's get into it. I won't be before you long. Surprisingly, yes, I saw John Campia's thoughts on recasting Black Panther, and we're going to get to that in a second. You want to be DM'd? Why do you want to be DM'd, Ashura? Do you have information for me? If you got information for me, sir, DM away. He said some BS, in my opinion. Well, I mean, for the record, gang, I personally do not rock with Mr. Campia. Some people might find what he says useful. Some people may not. Just because and I know thousands of people might feel the same way about, well, hundreds of people might feel the same way about me, that I just sound like I know what I'm talking about, or I put on a good show like I know what I'm talking about. But I guarantee you, sit me in a room with somebody like John Campia, sit me in a room with one of them cats, I guarantee you, it ain't gonna be no question about who know what. That's all I got to say about that. I ain't dissing nobody. I ain't saying nothing crazy, but I know what I know. And I know a whole bunch when it comes to the subject of Black Panther. So if anybody wants to chop it up or try to disprove my knowledge, or that I'm a poser or a fraud or something like that, I welcome all comers. Long as they ain't trolling or being disrespectful, bring the funk like your grandfather's feet. I got time. Why don't we want to be DM? What? I never said I didn't want to be DM'd. And in fact, you've DM'd me before. So what the problem is, Cletus? I'm good. If you got something you want to share in a DM, man, shoot it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, people shoot me stuff a lot. I get a lot of stuff. And I have to disseminate. You know what I'm saying? What is and what ain't, you know what I'm saying? Fans, fanatics, weird mugs, folks that want to be a-holes, you know what I'm saying? I get it all, man. So I mean, yeah, whatever. But at the top of my list, top of my list, top of my list. Okay, all right. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Somebody said to me, in a DM and on my page, that and Ashura knows who I'm talking about, that if I think the recasting of Thunderbolt Ross and not T'Challa was racist, I need to check myself. That's what was said to me. Okay. If you recast one character and it's honorable, or that's the thing to do, but you don't recast another, and that's the honorable thing to do, they don't see where the contradiction for that comes in, then y'all double down on that, and you get that closed-minded opinion of Lupita's the other day, where she ain't trying to hear nothing else. What does that amount to? It amounts to, this is where I'm at with it, y'all. This is where I'm at with it. Anything that don't line up with what we ask, and they raise the bar and put it over here and put it over there, I'm not listening to that shit no more. You understand what I'm saying? Anti-recasters, done with them. They ain't saying nothing that makes sense. I done talked to 10, 50, 11 billion anti-recasters, and they all say the same shit. Okay, why am I going to sit around and talk to people who are saying the same shit over and over? And how Marshawn Lynch put it, over and 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 over. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to entertain that. Don't nobody want to listen. Lupita, Grand Madam, in an interview, when they was asking her about the recast, she did the same amount of deflecting that everybody else on that cast did, and didn't directly answer the question that was asked to her, and then said she ain't paying no attention to what nobody's saying because she focusing on the movie. Okay, that's cool, but you can't shut out the world and act like shit wasn't said. And you know you heard what people saying, and you know what the demand is. And if your emotional place is, I can't see nobody else, you've already handicapped your higher logic functionings, aka cognitive dissonance, aka benign neglect. Okay, you can't have A and B sitting in front of you and then go, I'm gonna take A, but what about B? But what about B? I'm gonna take A. I'm gonna take A. But what about B? Here's B right here. Hey, hello, B. Woohoo, B. I'm gonna take A. And you ain't even trying to hear what this one is. That's redunculous. I'm done. I'm done. Recast T'Challa. Mm-hmm. I'm done trying. Ain't no more asking. Ain't no more coming up to the podium. And this is why. I mean, we was talking about it earlier today. What talking point hasn't been hit by us? What talking point haven't been hit by me? Haven't been hit by Theo? Haven't been hit by Back of the Bus? Haven't been hit by Chillmonger? Haven't been hit by K-Dot? Haven't been hit by Kaiser Slevin? What points have been missed? And everybody else on the internet, everybody else on YouTube is just a variation of what everybody else is saying. Unless there's something to add that hasn't been added, like this recast shit. We just rehashing the same stuff. That's why I did the video I did yesterday. If we rehashing the same stuff, well, let me show you some shit I said a year ago. Oh, look, D-Real already said that. D-Real already talked on that. This Thunderbolt Ross shit. Come on, man. Where I come from, if it comes down to doing something beneficial for or in honor of a black man, or doing something beneficial for or in honor of a white man, hate to sound like that, but William Hurt's an Oscar-winning actor. William Hurt's been in a lot of great movies. Not good, great movies. Okay, but for some reason, oh, we were on set with Chadwick Boseman for 4 months straight. We bonded. We did this. We did that. And like I told you, I had a coworker that I worked with Natasha, I want to say like 2 years, close to 2 years. And she died suddenly. This is a woman I sat in a room with, talked to, laughed with every day. Every day, more Monday through Friday. And then even, there were some occasions where we got together outside of work and hung out and kicked it and whatever. Man, I think Theo said it in a video. You don't get over death because they're always going to be with you in here. So I either have to A, take a break and grieve, or B, grieve and do what the fuck has to be done, no matter who that is with, and no matter where that's at, and no matter why I got to do it. If it's got to be done, it's got to be done. If T'Challa's recast and I got to work with another cat who's playing T'Challa, guess what? I got to do that shit. You know what I mean? I can't sit around, I'm emotionally. Go see somebody. Go get you some Seroquel. Go get you some Ativan. Whatever you need to do, some ashwagandha root, whatever you need to do to square the mental away. I've been running my mouth. Y'all just been talking. It is racist. Surely looks like it. What did Lupita say? Facts again. Unless the topic is his boy Superman, he's always going to take the side of the studio. Ask that person if they know Disney and Marvel's history of racism. I don't know. BP was blacklisted for 10 years and they want half-masked T'Challa because Marvel was scared of the Black Panther movement in the 60s. That person doesn't know that, sure. Because usually when people come for you, they aren't coming for you because you're speaking facts. They're coming for you because no matter what you say and no matter how much sense it makes, they already got a preconceived notion of who and what you are. And no matter what you say, it's not going to assuage them. I could tell them from 1988 to 1998, there was no regular monthly Black Panther comic book and nobody fucking had plans to do one. And Christopher Priest was asked directly because of his work on Quantum and Woody over at, I want to say Quantum and Woody was at Valiant. When they found out Quantum was a black man, because he had a full mask, took them out. Oh, snap. The logical one, the one with sense, the one that's leading things is a brother. Wow. Kudos to you, Christopher Priest, for using their own trick against them. And so they like, hey, Christopher Priest doesn't just know how to write black characters. Christopher Priest knows how to write characters. Let's give him Black Panther and see what he does with it. Rest is history. And that Christopher Priest is the biggest argument I have for why black people who know what's going on, not you, John Ridley, should write our stories. We should write our stories because nobody else cares about our stories. Anti-recasters aren't even built to be trolled the way they troll. Yeah. Anti-recasters trolling don't think they're trollers, Theo. I realized that, and that's why I disengage. When you ain't got no hold on reality, I have no conversation for you. And Robert Meyer Burnett is an OG comic fan. He should know better with some of the stuff he be saying. That's stupidity. Yep. Black boys can't get a black superhero either. We can't even get Blade, Blue Marvel, Cyborg, Spawn. Look at you rattling them all off. My dude, I'm so proud of y'all. Death Thought, Night Stalker, Darkhawk, Icon, Static Shock, nothing at all. We can't even get Miles Morales. But benign neglect policy is still in full effect. Don't I know it, D? Lupita knows she and her bastard son would be thrown out of Wakanda if Storm shows up and Azari MCU is born. Mutant powers with Black Panther powers. Rumor George Mackey is replacing Miller as Flash, though I hope it's Timothy Chalamet. Didn't know that. But we're going to talk some Black Adam stuff here in a minute. The anti-recasters haven't even told people what we've told people about Chadwick Boseman. So we've done more for the character and actor. We know more than they do about both. So what can they tell us? My point exactly, Theo. What can you tell me? So why am I talking to them? Darkhawk isn't black, but I always dug that character. Still got his 90s comic run. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. The first Black Disney animated movie was full of problems and stereotypes. Father dies. Check. Princess dream is to work. Princess wasn't even an African American. Anti-recasters don't know who Cyan and who Nyame are. Ramonda is his stepmom and Shuri is his half-sis. Prince Naveen. He is a person of color. Okay. We don't want to scoff and throw our noses up at other ethnicities. But I get the fact that if it's supposed to be Black folks shine and it's supposed to be Black folks stories, I mean, They would have had to have they would have had to have somebody like Akeem from Zamunda come to Louisiana and Tiana hang out and kick it with them and and be frogs together. See, come on, your kid. That's the same thing I be saying. You know what I'm saying? Why is it the height of disrespect to be skeptical about the emotions of a person who gets paid to display emotions on the regular? They are a professional manipulator. Have you ever, if you ever get a chance, read the book Mommy Dearest. The book Mommy Dearest, or you can watch the movie, either or. It's the story about the life of Joan Crawford as told by one of her adopted children and how she treated them like shit. And all the men she was ever with, she controlled and manipulated and got her way and all of that kind of thing with that acting. She acted her way to a position on the board of directors at Coca-Cola. I mean, they got hip to her later on, but the fact of the matter is, she did it. And she didn't have nothing but acting skills. Acting skills can take you far. You know what I'm saying? What Eddie Murphy saying 48 hours? You said all it takes is experience and bullshit. Well, come experience my bullshit. That's what Lupita did. Or at least that's what I think she did. I ain't gonna say that's what she did. I'm gonna say that's what I think she did. And if you agree with me, wave your hands in the air. Okay. Also, The Rock is about to destroy the DCEU. I hope you mean destroy in a good way, Jeffrey. Back to serious. So why should we? Exactly. Luke Cage was blackballed too. I don't know what's going on. I would really like to know what's going on with Luke Cage. Sure, that would be nice to know. I mean, that is a black superhero who we ain't heard hide nor hair of since his Netflix series went poof. Oh, but we all over Daredevil. We jumping all over Daredevil. Daredevil got a series. Daredevil, we rocking with Daredevil. Yeah, let's get Daredevil going. Let's get Daredevil going. Let's get Daredevil going. Luke Cage wasn't in demand. Luke Cage wasn't something people wanted to see. Okay. Thank you very much for telling me. You into your mind. Okay. Like I was telling others earlier, I will strive to be worthy. You know what I'm saying? I strive to be worthy. If hold me accountable if I ain't saying or doing something I should be saying or doing. But remember, that's what you feel. Okay. That's, long as we got that, we start here. Eye to eye, heart to heart, mind to mind. Anti-recasters draw from a well of misinformation, a well of regurgitated misinformation. So it's getting funky and nasty in there. Sad part is most anti-recasters don't even care for T'Challa like that. One YouTuber anti-recaster flat out said his favorite character was Spider-Man. But The Rock is definitely going to destroy DC with his Black Adam. His Black Adam isn't even comic book accurate. He isn't Teth Adam at all. Just The Rock playing Adam. Okay. So, Jeffrey, you believe The Rock's performance as Black Adam, though not 100% accurate, is not going to be well received? Okay. And while we on the subject, let's just talk about Black Adam real quick. I see all these comments about Black Panther, and I'm gonna get back to them in a second. But real quick, bruh, name me a movie this year that looks better than Black Adam. Name me any movie superhero based that looks better than Black Adam. Okay, you could say what you want to say about and destroying the DCEU. Jury's out on that. If anything, he gonna reinvigorate the DCEU. He gonna draw more interest to the DCEU, and I would be willing to bet money. Okay, because I've seen some things and I've heard some things, and I ain't gonna try to sound like nobody who has insider information, but just watch. That's all I'm gonna say. Just watch. It may not be appealing, folks may not like it, but the movie's going to do well. Trust me, it's going to do very well because first is The Rock. Second, okay, the way that story turns out or the way the story's being told has nothing to do with The Rock, has nothing to do with Warner Brothers, but everything to do with DC Comics. DC Comics started out on a regular continuity. Then in 1985, they did Crisis on Infinite Earths. Then they did 0 Hour. Then they did a couple of more reshufflings of their universe. Then they had the New 52. Then they had Convergence. Then they had Rebirth. Man, that's like 8, 9 times in 20 years you done re-jump started your universe. That's going to fuck up some stuff. Period. Stop punching the restart button. That's the problem right there. Have the balls, DC Comics, to stick with a continuity. Black Adam has been Teth Adam. Black Adam has been Theo Adam. You know what I'm saying? Black Adam has been Black Adam. You know, so, and his origin story has been flipped and twisted and turned different ways. So if I'm gonna make a story about a character who has that much twists and turns, more turns than a damn pretzel, I gotta go with something. My only issue until after I see that movie is the fact that The Rock didn't take the time to at least learn to speak with an accent. Other than that, what's messed up about that movie? Looks good to me. I mean, the iteration of the Justice Society is off. I get that, but hell, when the Avengers came out in 2010, Black Widow and Hawkeye, hello. Shit, Captain America for that matter. Contrary to popular belief, gang, Captain America is not an original member of the Avengers. Classic Avengers. Where you see Captain America. Point out Captain America right there. Okay, but we accepted that because, Captain America's on the screen. When it comes to continuity and lineups and shit like that, we got to give a little bit of leeway. Otherwise, you ain't going to get no movie at all. You know, if they can't, I mean, you can bend it and stretch it a little bit, but don't break it. Don't bust it up. Okay. The addition of Captain America, Hawkeye, and Black Widow bent the hell out of it, but it didn't break it. And it worked. And we liked it. And it sold. And it made money. I believe Dr. Fate, Hawkman, Cyclone, and Atom Smasher will work too. Plus, you got Sabak and Intergang in there too. So, okay, come on now. Help me help you. Oh, man, y'all are just ripping it off. Bees in movies, Jeffrey? My favorite superhero was always Spider-Man, but I'm 110% no T'Challa, no ticket. Black Panther 2 looks better. I'm being honest. And I don't like Black Panther 2, so that's saying something. To each his own, Jeffrey. I was introduced to BP through Spider-Man and Fantastic Four comics. I'm the biggest Superman fan on the planet, and I'm not going to see it. All right, well, your choice. Black Panther 2 does not look better than Black Adam. Don't get hooked by a song. The Rock's movies have never made money. None of his solo movies have done good. It's not a solo movie, Jeffrey. Think about it. Batman was whack too. I'll agree with you there. Suicide Squad 2, whack. The numbers say different. The last great movie from the DCEU was Justice League Zack's Cut. That explains a lot. WBDC still can't get that Superman fam and that Green Lantern Corps popping. The Rock can't be bothered to speak in an accent. Andy, he has no widow's peak, but I can overlook that. Yep, Snyder verser. Yeah. Superhero movies, and this is just me, aren't made to be 4 hours long. They aren't. You can have the best movie in the world. You can't edit that shit down to 2.5, 3 hours tops. You giving me 4 hours? That's just not good to me on principle. Period. I'm not watching a 4-hour Black Panther movie. Yeah, I said it. I'm not watching a 4-hour Black Panther movie. And I love Black Panther. The best Superman film is Man of Steel. Straight up. Okay. The best Batman on film, comic accurate, is Ben Affleck. It's not going to be the same Intergang from the Superman animated series. But you gotta. Oh, Jeffrey, you said you were going to be good. Okay. The question for you, Jeffrey, becomes: do you want accuracy or representation? You're probably going to say both. But if you got to pick one, is it accuracy or representation? Nico, what's up? Glad you can make it. Yeah, they keep giving him money to do shit. So somebody in Hollywood likes him. Whether his movies succeed or fail, they keep putting him in movies. And it ain't just with one company, is it? He gets to be in movies all over the place, don't he? I saw how Zach films things. It's amazing, but he needs better writers. Now, Jeffrey, I will agree with you there. Watchmen was a great movie, but I don't think it was well received, and I don't think it got the recognition that it deserved. A Watchmen movie should have came out long before the mid 2000s or late 2000s. Yo, he's one of the cool Snyderverse fans. That movie got issues, which is why it is long. If Doom War's 4 hours, I'd watch that. I ain't got 4 hours to sit in a chair unless I'm sleeping in it. 4 hours is half a damn work day. 4. You can tell a story. Nah. Give me a good version that's like 2.5 and keep it pushing. If you can't tell that story in 2.5 hours, I don't know what to tell you. I like Batfleck too. Simply for that scene in Batman versus Superman. And I think I said that before. In there with the goons. And by the way, did anybody know that guy with the flamethrower was supposed to be the KG Beast? Rock has been a Hollywood star since Scorpion King. I will watch a 4-hour Superman movie. I just sent you a tweet about BP. The BBS warehouse scene was amazing. I survived Return of the King in theaters. I can survive anything. Return of the King wasn't 4 hours, D. It's 3 and some change. 4 hours is a different frontier. thank God that the Snyderverse Justice League was on HBO Max and I could take a breather. You know what I mean? It's just like, damn, you expect me to sit in a theater for? Nah, well, y'all good. Yes, and he should have been comics accurate KGB. The extended cut was 4 hours though. I didn't watch the extended cut either. So you mean to tell me you would take half a day, get paid to go see Black Panther with all its original characters in good writing with 4 hours on it? Wouldn't take half a day to go see Black Panther with all its original characters. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and sound like the old ass man right now. Y'all got y'all 20s and 30s and maybe some 40s in there too, and y'all got time to sit your ass in a seat for 4 hours straight and not move. Your mans and them ain't there no more. So no, no. What, Tracy Moore? No, hell no. Okay, I ain't got 4 hours to sit in a chair and do nothing. Unless y'all applying makeup for me to be a superhero in a movie. At the house where I can stop, turn that shit off, and take a break if I need to. And I'm sure not finna go watch no 2 hour and 41-minute movie that ain't even what I wanted to see. How's that better if it wasn't what I wanted to see? What are your thoughts on Daredevil on She-Hulk and the Hulk's son? I forgot how to say his name. Scar with 2 A's, 1 R, and a K. I feel like Madison. No, don't let the gray hairs fool you, D. Okay? Just cause I don't want to sit in a theater for 4 hours don't mean I ain't got some drama left in me. I'll leave that laying right there. My thoughts on Daredevil on She-Hulk. Gratuitous. But he did move like Daredevil's supposed to move. I like that much of it. Hulk's son, I could barely see him. The CGI was so horrible. I'm like, what is that back there? It looks like a human pear. You know, what is that? You know, so yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they messing up too many storylines with what they doing. SKAAR. You never watched Agents of Smash? That's a good show. You should watch that. Yeah, and I gotta pee. You know, nah. On a trip when we driving, I'm trying to get it done. I'm the cat blowing down the interstate doing like 90. I'm trying to get that done. I don't want to sit nowhere for no long ass time. Period. Lines, I hate lines. Waiting rooms, I hate waiting rooms. I do not like to just sit. You put something in front of me. If I'm sitting too long, I'm getting up. Period. Point blank. You still watching Halloween movies? Man, I had some people over to the house the other day and they wanted to watch Halloween because to be quite honest, I didn't. I looked at it and was like, "Ooh, it's on Peacock." And I was like, but then I was like, I decided against it. But then, a couple of the girls from the improv group came over and they was like, "Ooh, can we watch Halloween?" And I'm like, all right. And we watched it and they was like, that wasn't that good. And I'm like, yeah, I knew that before I turned it on. Halloween's. I think the last Halloween movie I watched was the one Rob Zombie did. After that, I just kind of checked out because there you go. You keep pushing that restart button. Keep pushing that restart button. Keep pushing that restart. Bruh, let Michael Myers be dead. Let Jason Voorhees be dead. Let Freddy Krueger be dead. Be done with that shit. Hollywood, I agree. I will agree with you on that. Hey May, how you doing, Miss Lady? Good to see you. I will agree with you on this. Hollywood is they on a downward tumble. A lot of the movies I've seen, I've been like, meh. I don't lie. A lot like Avatar, I'm kind of getting to the point now where I'm like, are they really gonna be able to do? Is James Cameron gonna be able to do it again? I mean, I know I should not doubt James Cameron. James Cameron is the cinematic Galactus. But I'm just like, it ain't so much about his ability to deliver, but so much my ability to be impressed by his deliverance. So the question in my head about Avatar is how are y'all gonna top it? The best Halloween is part 3, Season of the Witch. Jeffrey. Should be. Superman should be fighting whoever threatens peace, justice. Superman has foes he fights, but we all know Superman's thrown in there for excite value. And me personally, I would rather see the cinematic Superman fight Black Adam than the cinematic Shazam fight Black Adam. That's just me. To me, Shazam's fucking corny. Period. They got to get serious. Okay, I know it's a kid in a man's body, but they got to get serious for me. Give me, lose that Thor Ragnarok, Thor God and Thunder humor stuff. If I want that, I'll watch a comedy. Is this supposed to be a comedy? Stop it. That She-Hulk shit. You a comedy? Boo, epic fail. Why are critics trashing Black Adam before it comes out so fans don't come out? Well, I'll tell you like this. How many times have you heard the critics beat up a movie, then go and see it and go, it wasn't that bad? Or go, that was fire. Damn what the critics say. I stopped listening to what critics say, y'all, years ago. I mean, look at it like this. A critic is a man who puts his pants on one leg at a time, just like you. Peas standing up, just like you. eats food, drives a car just like you. Why do we place all of this credence in what they say? Because they went to school and got a degree? I mean, granted, yeah, but you got a degree to give your opinion. I don't need a degree to give my opinion. I'm giving you my opinion now. And I had no YouTube degree to do it. I'm not against degrees, mind you, but what besides that makes one human being more fit to be a film critic than the other? I'll wait. Marvel is my favorite Captain Marvel. I think Shazam is okay, but I always like Supes and Black Adam more. Superman is a cheap pop that will work to perfection and a nice punch in the mouth to Wakanda forever. Thank you, kid. Hell, I like Hyperion better than the Shazam character. You be waiting 20,000 years for a live action version of Hyperion. Yeah, May, I can't stand Luke Peter. May, May. Oh, I am pretty upset at the trailers at Star of Black Adam. The lady talked about BP2 and the billboard with Chadwick Boseman image on it as T'Challa. Okay, okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. There's a lot of back and forth in the chat. And let me just say this. What everybody is saying is their opinion. Okay? And y'all are entitled to your opinions. Stop shitting on somebody else's. If you don't want nobody shitting on your opinion, okay? That's all I'm saying. Okay? This is reminding me of conversations I used to have as a kid. And Superman can't beat the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, he can, because the madder Hulk gets, the stronger he gets. Well, Superman can push the moon into his face and shoot him with heat vision and burn him up. Yeah. As far as what movie's gonna do good and what movie ain't gonna do good, I tell everybody, like I tell you on the videos, in the fullness of time, we will see who's right and who's wrong. No hard feelings in advance. That's all I got to say about that. Y'all can keep going back and forth in the comments if y'all want to, but bottom line, just like a football game is how I feel like about this. Just like a football game. Oh, the Raiders gonna beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs blah 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 blah. And that's the same thing I do at the football games. Oh, the Chiefs gonna yeah, but that's football. You meant to win and you meant to lose. Nobody since the 72 Dolphins has been perfect. So that tells you how rare a chance of that is. On any given Sunday, you can win or lose. Same thing with these movies. The movie can be a hit, the movie cannot be a hit. There's factors that can influence that one way or the other. But for the most part, the finished product you got is the finished product you got, and you got to rock with that. I never trash people's love of stuff either, D. But when it starts turning into a back and forth thing, somebody going back and forth with somebody because they disagree. You ain't going back and forth and arguing and debate. Well, I ain't gonna say arguing, but debating something back and forth unless you disagree. So if you keep disagreeing with my opinion, or somebody keeps disagreeing with somebody else's opinion, you see what I'm getting at? So breathe, breathe. I agree with that. I agree with that. BP2. That's what I'm gonna call it too, kid. It'll get critical acclaim. Definitely get critical acclaim. It'll lots of people allowed it, and critics agree. And you'll see that commercial, and oh, the number one movie in America. Quick pro tip: when you see a commercial that says the number one movie in America, do you know at one point in time there was a gang of movies that were the number one movie in America that week or the week it was released? See, I'm getting that it's a fact, but it's also propaganda. So understand that when you hear them people saying, come on TV and say that old BS, a number one movie in America. Yeah, okay, right now. It's the number one movie in America right now. It ain't gonna be the number one movie in America for all times. Okay, got to learn to read between the lines of that propaganda. Chillmonger, my man, Molweenie. It's just I grew up in a certain era of comics. Death of Superman, Bane, Batman, Spider-Man, Venom, X-Men. I just feel like Marvel and DC should start with that era. Okay. Huh. Okay. Let me bring this back on track. Let me bring this back on track. What I wanted to talk about earlier, and y'all dragged me down the rabbit hole with all of this. Ronnie J, what's good, man? I wanted to talk about representation. Okay? Because I did a video, and I know Chillmonger did one too. He had already put his out. I'm gonna put mine out tonight about the potential casting of Yahya Abdul Mateen as Wonder Man in a Wonder Man series on Disney Plus. Okay. And my question is, why, oh why, do we need to make white characters black characters, and we got perfectly good black characters sitting around fucking collecting dust? Can someone whose name isn't Chillmonger break that down? He's already the second Martin. Make him the second T'Challa. Wonder Man. Yeah. I a lot of people forgot about Wonder Man Grand Madam because he's forgettable. You know, and the people, they were all inaccurate. You know what I'm saying? In the article, they said Wonder Man, little bit of pro tip history here. They said Wonder Man debuted in 1964. Yes. And Wonder Man fought the Avengers. Yes. Frequently. No. Called him a frequent enemy of the Avengers. Wonder Man made one appearance in Avengers number 9 in 1964. Guess what? He died in that issue. We didn't see Wonder Man again until Avengers number 102. And even then, he was in a stasis chamber, and his brother, the Grim Reaper, was caping for him to Vision. Then after that, we didn't see him again until Avengers number 151, where a voodoo priest called the Black Talon had taken control of his mind, and he was walking around like a zombie. So 3 appearances is frequent. This is what I mean about people dispensing information and don't be knowing what the hell they talking about. No, Jeffrey, Wonder Man is not black. Not in the comics. And then if we do have Wonder Man in the MCU, is there going to be a romance between him and Wanda? Because you know she ain't dead, right? How we gonna work that out? Is Wonder Man like a Tony Stark Vision android? No, Jeffrey. Wonder Man is actually Wonder Man gets his powers courtesy of Baron Zemo of all people. He's basically a being of pure ionic energy. At one point, single-handedly took on Avengers, knocked Thor out, and put a rock on top of him. So yeah, he's no pushover. He's in that 100 ton range. He's no punk. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he's an actor and he's also a stunt man. So because he's an invulnerable superhero, they can actually do stuff with him where like, okay, he's the stunt man and we can get real alligators to bite on this dude and we can push him in fire and we can throw him off a cliff and we can wreck cars. So not so much an actor as a stuntman. He starts off as a stuntman at first and then becomes an actor, but he was also like the CEO of a company that was in contention with Stark, but Stark blew him out the water and he wanted to get revenge on Stark. So you know how that shit goes. White man, yellow suit with a red belt. White man, yellow suit, red belt. White man, green suit, red belt, Grand Madam, at least in his premiere with red goggles. He had that uniform for a long time. The suit, then he had a red, green, and yellow suit, which got shredded after like 3 issues. Then he wore a red jacket with red knee-high boots. Then finally he got a blue suit with a big red W on it. If Wonder Man got a yellow suit, then that must be recent. I haven't seen that one. Only black love interest Wanda should have is Dr. Voodoo. Once the controversy fades, you recast him white again. Well, as my man Chillmonger will point out, recasting doesn't work because it doesn't last. Okay? And you can stop me, bruh, if I'm not going to repeat your words verbatim, but just kind of paraphrasing. We had Miles Morales, but we still got Peter Parker. We had Marvel. We had Monica Rambeau. We had Carol Danvers. We had Kamala Khan, but we still got Carol Danvers and Monica Rambeau. You had Thor Odinson. You had Beta Ray Bill. You had Dargo Kator. You had Jane Foster, among others. But you still got Thor Odinson. These attempts to make a new version of a character, they never pan out. Never. You know, you're better off going with the iteration of the character that people are most familiar with. Why can't we get Blue Marvel? Y'all okay. So I am guessing that you guys want me to speculate. My speculation is this. The reason you can't get Blue Marvel is because Blue Marvel is basically going to be either as powerful as or more powerful than anybody he's on the screen with. Disney don't want that. He's black. Y'all ain't figured that out because of T'Challa. T'Challa was the king of the most advanced kingdom nation on the planet. We don't want that kind of power in the hands of a black man. Remember Malcolm X? That's too much power for one black man to have. You call it what you want to. That's what it is. And that's why if you do see Blue Marvel on the screen, I would say y'all pray that he don't get the shit nerfed out of him like everybody else. Get nerfed like the Hulk got nerfed. Get nerfed like T'Challa gets nerfed all the time. Get nerfed like Drax the Destroyer gets nerfed. And that's why the fuck Dave Bautista's quitting the role, because y'all nerfed the hell out of Drax the Destroyer. Drax the Destroyer is a whole beast, but y'all turned him into comic relief. I know people who like that. Drax the Destroyer were really pissed about that. Shame on you. Joss Whedon said he hated Simon Williams. James Gunn said he didn't like Richard Rider. What? That's part of the reason we haven't seen them yet. See, some white guy sitting in a room mad. So just imagine how pissed they'd be if it was like, hey, here's a script for Blue Marvel. Take that and drop it right in the trash. We can get an animated Miles Morales, but God forbid they make a live action movie and people like him better than Peter Parker, and they can't have that. That, in a nutshell, is why you don't get characters like Blue Marvel. They was, I bet they was nervous about Luke Cage. You know what I'm saying? Because on that Netflix thing, he was the strongest thing going. You know, if somebody that took control of Luke Cage, you know what I'm saying, like they did in Jessica Jones with the Purple Man and had him stomp out everybody. Come on now. And if you do see a black Superman, Jeffrey, it will most likely be a Superman from Earth 26 or Earth X or Earth 19K or Clipple Skim or such stuff like that. You know, you're not gonna get Superman Prime and make him black. They ain't gonna do that. Never, ever, ever, ever. That's ooh, yeah. And again, even if you do get a black Superman, it's not going to be in place of the white one. And if it is in place of the white one, it will not last. They won't allow it. Powers that be won't allow no stuff like that. Much as I'd love to see a Superman black and supplant the white one, never. Superman is Jerry Seinfeld's favorite superhero. Jerry Seinfeld ain't gonna let that happen. Already squandered Simon Williams by not using him with Ultron and Vision. There's a bunch of folks that got squandered and didn't get used. Primarily, that would be Hank Pym. Because we didn't want to draw all of that psychosis and craziness that Hank Pym suffers from, and we didn't want to bring that to the screen. That's why. You can put Shaq. Well, you could put. I don't even want to talk about Shaq and still. Hank, Ultron, Simon, Vision, Janet, Jocasta, in that order. Bam. That part. Now, this is what I'm talking about with representation. Why? Oh, why? When we ask for something, and I've noticed this, when we ask for something in relation to a black character, and I think it was Marcus and Josh, they hinted on this in a recent video. Whenever we ask for something, how long we've been asking about recasting T'Challa? How long we've been talking about this? And them folks with Moon Knight, boom. Oh, they hurried up and apologized about that and threw a yarmulke on Mark Spector, didn't they? When it comes to representation, everybody else can demand it. We got to ask nicely. I'm tired of asking nicely, y'all. I'm tired of asking nicely. Why is it always us got to be asking for stuff? Why is it always us got to be raising up to meet a standard? Y'all, do y'all understand where I'm coming from with this? Is representation, and even with Kamala Khan, you know what I'm saying? When they overstepped their boundaries and wasn't 100% accurate, and Pakistani people was pointing it out, oh, they hurried up and fixed that shit, didn't they? But when we asked for something, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's 1957 all over again. Like giving us something cinematically is going to change white people's way of life. Word? Is that what y'all think? You know what I'm saying? You know, my mother always used to tell me this, and I didn't. It go over my head, and I never really thought about it until I started to experience it. She said, and I believe this with all my heart, white people say the things they say about black people and do the things they do to black people because they're afraid of us. Not physically afraid of what we'll do to them. I mean, that too. But they're afraid of our potential. You look at any time in history when we did anything great, when we did something to be proud of, it was when we separated from white people. White people didn't have nothing to do with Black Wall Street. There might be a lesson in that. I don't know. Possibly. Potentially. Take from that what you will. Marvel will make a Howard the Duck movie before recasting Black Panther. They might. That what you said, kid. That what you said. The fragile see us leveling up and surpassing in spite of all obstacles placed in our path. Yeah. If sellout mean we gonna pay you to say a bunch of stuff and pump a lot of propaganda that's contrary to what you may or may not believe, yeah, May. I feel like Nate Moore was the one that sold out, and he's the guiding force behind what Ryan Coogler's doing. And Ryan Coogler is just jumping on board. These are my thoughts. I have absolutely no basis in fact to be able to prove it. But it's that if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck type of thing. And another thing that I don't right, D. Nate's got the power, and Ryan, just like the actors on that movie, are under contract. So they're getting paid to do stuff. Now, here's my question. If you can take a role, bend it up, break it, twist it around, paint that white person black, and say, here, is that story going to be told through our lens, or is there going to be some kind of BS story and they just going to make Black Wonder Man look any old kind of way because they knew Black people? And to all the Black people in the chat, let me let y'all know right now, I don't mean nothing offensive by it, but there is a faction of us who believe that all Black people in the world have all other Black people's best interests in mind. And that is just not true. Being in the military, I've traveled to different parts of this planet and seen different cultures and seen different people and see how people interact with one another. Do you know that in African culture and in a lot of other indigenous cultures, when there's a person in the village who isn't doing something right or has transgressed against somebody, they don't beat them, they don't stab them, they don't kill them. They put them in the middle of the village and everybody in the village berates them and tells them about the messed up stuff they did. And much in the same way, when they do good things, they get around, surround them, and tell them about all the good things they did. Can you imagine what the result would be if we put Nate Moore, Ryan Coogler in a circle of us and told them how we feel about what they doing? That's what we need to do. We need to somehow, be it electronically or otherwise, we need to find a way to create that circle. What say you? May 2018, my dude, already. Thank you, Grand Madam. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I know, I know you know. Okay. Brothers gotta work it out is a long way away right now. She said it sounds like Virginia. Damn. Out of all the Marvel characters to race swap, why Wonder Man? It's just as odd as Heimdall and Valkyrie. That's what they call inclusion, diversity. Just like, and ain't nobody saying nothing about Asian Hogan from the Warriors 3, but he dead now, so it don't matter. The current elitists will keep them out of that circle. Nate was in that circle 2 months ago when somebody asked if nobody could play T'Challa. I see you, Chill. I believe that, man. I mean, it's just, I was always taught that somebody needs to be held accountable. And I think the biggest source of frustration for me is that nobody at Marvel is being accountable. We can't, especially, and Nate's supposed to be the cat in charge, and he's a freaking PR nightmare. I'm like, why do y'all keep putting that fool in front of a camera and having people ask him questions? Because he absolutely sucks at it. Don't put Nate Moore in front of a camera no more, unless y'all talk about, have him at the red carpet thing and just tell him, say nice things. If they ask you a question about that, tell them we cross this bridge when we get to it. Just shut your mouth if you got to. You say stupid shit on the regular, Nate. Stop it. Stop it. Sorry, not sorry. Dangerous way of thinking some of our people have. All skin folk and kinfolk, that's two. Already. And they're not. But I done been in conversations on Twitter, kid, where folks done told me because I was riding down on Ryan Coogler about that bank shit. And Muzz wasn't connecting. Okay, the news about him getting in a twist at the bank came 2 months after it happened. This shit happened in January of this year. We didn't hear about it until March. Why? Disney shareholders meeting? Uh-oh. Why? Oh, we want to avoid that PR nightmare. Help me help y'all. But this man, he acquiesced to that. He agreed to that. Ryan Coogler could have very easily said, hell no, I want to talk to the press right now. Oh, remember, Mr. Coogler, you're under contract. And he shut up. I'm speculating, of course, but, they used to do that on America's Most Wanted, so what the hell? Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. I understood that reference. Yeah. Yeah. Public Enemy's my shit. Brother Drexel, what's good? Good evening to you too, brother. Yeah, you you slide through the comments and notice, what we doing, talking, chit-chatting. Right now, we talking about representation, and that's about where we're probably gonna round off here because I got about maybe like 5-10 more minutes tops. Actually 9 according to that. I think Wonder Man can beat Black Adam with the lasso of Wonder Woman can beat Black Adam and making him undo his transformation. Okay. Nightmare. Okay. All of us didn't protest during the civil rights era at Kimoyo. Now, all of us didn't protest at the civil rights era, but trust me, there is enough stuff that went on in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s that make you say 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. You know what I'm saying? Just when we think we're making progress, shit happens. And it's okay for people to represent us in roles, but for us to represent ourselves, that's literally the definition of stupid. I mean, why would you need to make a black character white if you had enough black characters representing? Wouldn't need to make nobody white. Or make nobody black. If it was enough black characters out there already, stupid. But they're not thinking like that. They're thinking damage control rather than let's tear this house down from the inside and build it back up the right way. Marvel's known as the house of ideas, and they couldn't think of that themselves, that if you made more black representation, you wouldn't have to make white characters black. James Rhodes been in the MCU since the beginning of the MCU, but has had barely the screen time of someone who's been in the MCU for less time. Coogler directing Avengers might depend on how much money this film makes. If Coogler directs an Avengers movie, somebody's mentor is gonna die. Somebody's gonna be a single parent. And there'll be a lot of Black death. I found a bunch of Black fans arguing over which Black superhero is the best. It's like arguing over which table scraps taste the best. I agree. Ultimately, it doesn't matter if you don't get to see none of them represented like white characters are represented on the screen. And like I always say, when people use the word best, define best. What does best mean? When you use the word best, how do you mean it? Our best was taken off the screen. Marinate on that one for a second. If Ryan is directing an Avengers movie, it seems like a bribe. If Ryan is directing an Avengers movie, it seems like a car wreck waiting to happen because Ryan Coogler only got one speed, one formula. I told y'all earlier, Ryan Coogler's an A, B, C, D cat. He's always going to have them A, B, C, D elements in all of his movies. He'll take them and switch them up, change them around, but it's still going to be them same elements. Single Black women, death tropes, death of Black men, absence of Black men, all that. That's boy, he out of his element in an Avengers movie. Ryan Coogler has no business directing an Avengers movie. He ain't got the that ain't his lane. Just like Eternals wasn't Chloe Zhao's lane. She had no business making a superhero movie. Period. That's someone talking just to hear themselves talk. Oh, what'd you say? I watched a video that stated we have enough Black male superheroes in movies, and the brother could not understand why we would boycott Wakanda forever that has Black female superheroes. We have enough Black male superheroes in movies. All right. Blade, War Machine, Black Panther, Monica Rambeau, Luke Cage. Okay. Black Adam. Help me out here, super duper experts. What other Black superheroes have there been cinematically other than the ones I've just named? Fastos. 7. 8. Falcon. 8. Okay. Misty Knight. 9. 9. Now. He wasn't called Brother Voodoo. If they didn't have a suit on, rocking how they rock similar to what they do in the comics, that's not representation. Hey, and I agree. We talking about films, the MCU. Adam Brashear's been in a movie, sure. When have we seen Adam Brashear in a movie? I'm talking about, they're saying we got enough Black superheroes. Are they talking about representing us, period? I mean, that's still debatable. Here's what I'm getting at, y'all. If I tell y'all to name white superheroes, this chat's gonna fucking blow up. That's my point. When you can blow this chat up with just as many black superheroes as you can white superheroes, then we're where we need to be. Until then, shut up telling me about representation, because we are not adequately represented. Fight me on. But he wasn't Brother Voodoo in the MCU. Nah. We talk about black superheroes in the MCU. Black superheroes in the MCU. And I was stretching because I included Netflix with Luke Cage and Misty Knight, but that's gone. And Luke Cage and Misty Knight ain't nowhere to be found currently. Now, if we talking currently, that number's even less. I did this with somebody the other night, and I asked them to name all the Disney movies that have black characters as the lead. Then I said, name all the Disney movies that have males as leads, the cartoons. What Disney movies have males? Okay, it's supposed to be about princesses. Why? There are plenty of stories out there with male protagonists. And he said, I used to ask anti-recasters who their favorite heroes were. Let's do green superheroes. Hulk, She-Hulk, Gamora, Drax, Martian Manhunter, Man-Thing. Hey, there you go. Okay. But y'all see what I'm getting at here. Okay? The fact that you could just willy-nilly rip off 10, 20 white heroes, I do you one better. How many of these superheroes you see back here right now currently have a cinematic project? 2 of them. I'll save you the trouble. 2 of them. That right there is enough to show you we lack representation like hell. That we got, the fact that we have to sit here tooth and nail, claw, argue and fight, and deal with the bullshit of anti-recasters and everything that comes with what we've been asking for. It's a fight. And then it's controversial when you say the word boycott. Everybody loses their shit when you say boycott. Oh my God, boycott! Why are you boycotting? Why are you? Somebody had the nerve to ask me why you boycotting a black project. You shuffling jive ass Negroes, don't get out of my face. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. We still blind. Thinking ain't no black man. Hey, Judas and the Black Messiah. That wasn't enough of a cautionary tale for you? Anybody can be bought. Anybody can be bought. Stop thinking because somebody got the same color skin as you, they're going to watch out for you automatically. And I'm not trying to promote no, splintering of the unity or whatever unity, such as it is, but you can tell what kind of person somebody is by their actions. I tell people all the time, you can say what you want to say. At the end of the day, them just words. What you doing? Nah, Marvel Studios don't know who Lyra is or that she's, you know, originally. Shh, I don't want to tell nobody. Miguel O'Hara's AI. Watch out. More like watch parties. Oh no, not watch parties, kid. Definitely not Jarella. Jarella's dead. Or did she come back? You know, nobody stays dead, do they? History time and again shows this. Walter Wilder, you are in the building, sir. I was gonna say Thunder D. I was gonna say Thunder. Look here, y'all. You doggone peoples that just, yeah, you know what? Y'all say things and it get me. Y'all start making the gray matter start turning, and I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. Y'all just make me keep going. But yes, Mr. Walter, you are late. You are late. I want I don't want to sound like a disimproving instructor. Um, um I give y'all till 45 after. Why do you think Marvel will make two bill if they are speeding up the release date with people spoiling the movie? Go back and retype that. I don't think I understand what you're saying, Ashura. Representation is important. How would people feel if if Superman was taken away? Gone. Just no more Superman. We don't care. He flew off into space and got impaled on some kryptonite. I don't know. Just whatever works. You know what I mean? You flying out in space real fast and you hit some kryptonite and hit your forehead and you die. No more Superman. Then what? His son takes over? I don't know. I don't know. When somebody can come to me, not y'all, but when somebody can come to me and answer that question sincerely, or all of these Bat fans, you know, these Batman lovers, the worshipers of plot armor and all of that, and he don't just get his back broke, he get his head tore off, so we know he ain't coming back from that. Then what? Because I mean, technically, back in the day, the irony of Batman's career was eventually he ended up getting killed by a criminal. What? You take away Batman, you take away Superman, you have people with pitchforks and torches at DC ready to burn that bitch down. But we overreacting. We need to go sit down somewhere. We don't know what we're talking about. Insert the regurgitated fact of your choice. It all boils down to one thing. Folks do not want to see a character like T'Challa because he's going to shine over damn near everybody. You know? Folks don't want their white heroes outshine. That's the long and the short of it. Honestly, sure, I ain't got no opinion about it. I mean, if y'all making if they made Jonathan Kent gay because it went with the storyline, fine. But if you made him gay as a story plot point to try to create some kind of dynamic, nah, that's BS. Period, point blank. Oh, Gotham Knights. Um, I don't know. That what they said about Avengers too initially, that it was trash, but then they dropped that DLC and now it's not as trashy. I don't know. I What makes a game good and what makes a game bad? Again, same thing. It's critics. I mean, there's somebody out there buying it. I don't know. I mean, I'm a big Nightwing fan. I like Nightwing. Um, I don't know though. Gotham Knights. No Batman. Maybe. Just maybe. You put all the sidekicks you want in that bitch. Ain't no Batman in it. I think that is the major problem. You know, they see black female heroes shine over the black male heroes, but we want both to shine simultaneously. Exactly. You know what that would create, though? Unity. They don't want unity between the black man and the black woman. Because once we all wake up and realize we are fighting on the same side and start looking at them, then they're gonna get nervous. You know what I'm saying? Some of the OGs in here may know what I'm talking know what I'm talking about. COINTELPRO. That was a purposeful thing done to the black community by the government. Look up COINTELPRO. And then you'll be like, damn, if our government is capable of doing some stuff like that, what is a $1 billion company capable of doing? Think about it. Yep. Sure was, D. Charlie Murphy! Show Charlie Murphy, yo. Let me stop. Yeah. Yeah. Quiet is kept. Still going on. Maybe you should have a discussion about the black artists who worked for Marvel, etc., like Ron Wilson, Keith Pollard, Arvell Jones. Hey, and don't forget Dennis McCowan and Billy Graham. And rest in peace, Dwayne McDuffie. I think I did. I think I did a video. I had to go back and look in the archives because I know I did. No, I did one on yeah, I did. I did. I did do one. I have to bring that back up. I have to bring that back up. I wouldn't put it past Kevin Feige to be in that role and and Nate Moore being the Judas. Look here, y'all. This has been a good discussion and it's turning and it's turning geopolitical. So I'm gonna slow it down. And we're gonna grind to a halt right here, y'all. Look here, Theo B, Ray Smith, Chillmonger, Walter Wilder, better late than never, Ashura, who else was there? Jeffrey Wright, Graham Adam Tarot. Did I get everybody? Did I get everybody? May Kent, I appreciate you coming through. Jeffrey Lane. Why did I call him Jeffrey Kent? Jeffrey Lane. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. This is a good one. It was a thrilling one. It was an engaging one. And like I say in the videos, I'll be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. Nate Yeller, get your hand out of my pocket. Yeah, he know what time it is. All right, y'all. I holla. Y'all join me next week. Y'all join me this week for some more videos. I'll be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. Till I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.